Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. As promised, the Speedway Sedans Australia Kings E-Royal Group number 6 live tonight from the virtual Lanier National Speedway. As Brett Wheeler bringing you all the coverage, the sights and sounds you see here on Ultimate Dirt TV. As we've just finished our commitments elsewhere. And now we get into our first heat race of the night. You have not missed a single thing. Heat race number 1, the cars just went green a few moments ago, but the yellow flag was out. And we are green flag once again. Heat race number 1, 8 laps on the board. Wouldn't be surprised to see that one get pulled back. There's already cars pulling their way and pulling up there out of turn number 2. Race control not happy with the restart at the moment. Of course, a big thanks once again to Speedway Sedans Australia and everybody, Pro 1 Race Parts, everybody behind the scenes that has made this all possible once again. Apologise about not covering group number 5, but we did have commitments elsewhere to cover the iRacing Queensland Midget title. That was, if you happen to see that race, you know exactly what we witnessed. If you didn't happen to catch it, go back and watch it on Facebook or YouTube. And watch the absolute thriller between Caden Brown, Bradley Oldfield and Harry Stewart. That was an absolute barn burner. Heat race number 1 once again. We'll hopefully have a grid picture coming through for myself. Not sure on who's going to start where, but we'll do our best to bring you the action of who starts where. For the rest of the heat races, heat race number 1, we're back underway here at the Lanier. Track is fresh and juiced up and ready to go. Down into 3 and 4. Cars barging, biffing and beating and banging off each other through 3 and 4. Your race leader out in front in the number 12 machine, that's Steve Terry. Oh no, the 37 machine. Sean Stevens caught the inside wall. We go yellow. Car upside down. Jared Burns in the 24 machine. Let's take a look at your instant replay. Here on screen there was contact, heavy contact in 1 and 2. All the drivers trying to come through, and unfortunately for Jared Burns, that's going to put himself upside down out of heat race number 1 action. Boy oh boy, race control, I'm going to have a busy time here tonight. Don't forget tonight, of course, we are live across Facebook and YouTube once again. So we hope you enjoyed the coverage and going off after what we seen last night in groups number 3 and 4. Again, we have our field, a stellar field set already. 50 cars have already locked themselves into tomorrow night's feature event. Once again, this is Group 6, the final group. And the final 10 drivers. Sean Stevens is in car 37. He sits in 2nd spot. And there he is on screen driving that Andy's Frozen Custard number 37 machine. Not a bad looking paint scheme on that machine. Field are getting set to resume racing here in just a few moments' time. We will have James Rice on the call, which has been given the starting grid. Thank you, Steamy, for providing that one with us. At least I've got something to go off. Steamy, that's useless. Sure we'll be able to get the grid if Adam Brook or someone's watching that does have those grids. Feel free to send it on over to us. Here we go, set for green flag action. Once again, we'll be joined by James Rice in a few moments' time. This is Group 6 of the Kings E-Royal, proudly presented by Speedway Sedans Australia, Pro 1 Race Parts, And of course the Kingaroy Speedway. We're joined by James Rice here in just a few moments time. We're going to get everything sorted just behind the scenes. We'll get the server password over to Rice and then he'll join us here in the booth. Heat number 1. Cars back getting set to fire. There you go, late start there from your race leader, the 12 machine of Steve Terry. You can turn 1 and 2, Sean Stevens rides in second, then you go back to Jaden Russell in that 27 machine. Here comes Stevens up on the inside, looking for the race lead down out of turn number 4, down to the low side. Sean Stevens will lead that lap down into turns 1 and 2, side by side. The battle is on for position 2. Russell up on the inside, Russell going to move to position 2, and now in comes a 48 of Nathan Polich, I believe that is. Polich now up to 3rd. Steve Terry falls back to position number 4. The leader is the 37 of Sean Stevens. Down into turns 3 and 4, running the low side. This is where we'll see most of the drivers be all night, even when the track starts to slicken off. Once we get to about the 6th or 7th heat race, drivers might be able to work above the slick through the middle at both ends, but again, going to be very difficult right now for all these drivers to make some passes. You're going to have to be real forceful and have to do it cleanly to where you're not going to intentionally take someone out to get forward and get moving in the opening couple of heat races. Closing in on a few laps remaining here. Sean Stevens continues to lead from Jaden Russell, the 27 machine. Russell so far fastest lap of the race in car number 27. With a 16.820. These times they'll go to about 17, 18 seconds. Once we get to the dashes later on tonight, and again, the top 2 highest point scorers after the 12 heat races, those drivers automatically locking themselves into tomorrow night. And then the A dash, the top 8, so giving us a total of 10 cars, which happen to be the 10 final cars that the spots are up for grabs here tonight. And again, we apologise about not having any timing or scoring here on this one. Checkered flag is out. Sean Stevens, your winner in car number 37. He will get the checkered flag in heat race number 1. So there is heat number 1 winner, Sean Stevens. Heat number 2. Cars will make their way out onto the racetrack here at the virtual Lanier National Speedway. So we are going to get to heat number 2 of 4 out onto the racetrack. Yeah, start these drivers, stewards race control, getting the servers at the correct starting time, and there was a couple of other people that had stepped up in helping this run here tonight, group number 6. So yes, so we're not coming to 1 to 1:30 on a Sunday night or Monday morning when it rolls over and Easter Monday. Because again, we wish everyone from here at Ultimate Dirt, to me and myself, Brett Wheel, we wish all you guys a happy Easter, and we hope that we can all get through this difficult time that everybody has been in lockdown on. And again, if you do need to talk to somebody, just call a mate. As you see a lot of the ads going around and singing the song, we're all in this together. Not just here in Australia, but of course all around the globe. And iRacing has certainly been booming with the events that we've seen over the past couple of weeks. Of course, last week the inaugural the first ever Australian title in the dirt street stocks, the modified, as we'll call it, modified Sedans Australian title. They run the dirt street stock class. Jared, we are up to heat race number 2. see if we can get you a starting grid. We can just go through on the cars. We look at Murray Locke on the front row, and he's outside. It will be Alex Cheney. Inside second row looks to be, it's not that car, that is, let's get this timings going, Mitchell Broom. And you go back to the 56 machine of Brendan Bartlett down at position number 4. Position 5, it's going to be Kane Della. Position number 6 looks to be Sean O'Hara in the 24 machine. Trent Gosley lines up out of position 7. Mitchell Cartwright out of position number 8. 9th is going to be the 45 of Billy Heel. Driving car number 2. Pretty sure he won last night. Adrian Lamacca. I know because I got that name wrong so many times, but he raced number 2. Group number 6, we are underway and we're joined by Mr. James Rice as we wait for Ricey to get into the server. Look at the 95 up on the inside. That happens to be, I believe, that is Kane Della. Della now going to move into position number 2. And coming after the race leader, lap number 1 is in the books. Cars going left and right. Della up on the inside. Can he get the race lead? No, not just yet, as Alex Cheney in the 16 machine will lead down through turn number 3 and 4. We're good 2 wide, battle behind him, but the run is on for the number 1 spot. Here goes Della trying to get a run on the outside. Della and Cheney 1 and 2.
Yes, Brett, thank you very much. I'm back in the booth once again, boys, as we see Mitchell Broom, local Meg Gambia guy, but lives in Warrnambool. He's on the outside, 3 wide going into turn number 1 this time by. He's tussling with the 56 car of Brendan. So, at the front though, Brett, battle's on.
I think that's about 3 in the book so far. 3 or 4 in the book so far. I think it's 3, but we've still got a handful of laps remaining here. And Kane Della all over the back of Cheney. Cheney now going to leave that inside line open just as Della was going to make a potential pass for the race lead. We go yellow here at Lanier, the first time in heat race number 2. So just, we've already had, I think, 3 cautions in the first heat race. We were just getting into the server as heat race 1 was rolling off, and then of course we just had to do some other things behind the scenes to get the stream up for the fans here tonight, but they didn't really miss any action. So coming off, we just did a Queensland midget title. Man, that was an absolute ballsy of a race.
Yes, by reports I've heard there was a very, very good event, and obviously midgets aren't my forte, but happy to be back in the booth once again here for the E-Royal as the Chief Steward tonight, Mr. Bob King. He is just telling the drivers to form up.
Just been given the starting grids as well. So thank you, Rhino. We'll see you tomorrow night for the final night and the final race. The final 60 drivers dwindled down from, we'll round it up, we'll say 340 down to 360. And if we thought last week was cutthroat with the Australian title race with 305, we've had 340 this week for the Kings E-Royal, and again, it'll come down to the final 60 cars tomorrow night.
Yes, as Brett, as a little bit of a tussle for position still going on at the moment with Mitchell Broom and the 23 car of Lind. So he has been, so the 23 car has been instructed to go to P4 and Broom to P5. So we should see some good racing, Brett. We had some good racing last night with the other group that we did last night. But the restart is this time by.
All right, green flag, Cheney in that blue machine out in front. Green flag back out onto the racetrack. What has Kane Della got here in these final couple of stages of heat race number 2? Della looking to get the start off, or the night off to the perfect start. We're looking for a heat win, but Cheney Bartlett now in the black, white 56 machine on the outside. Della works low through turn number 3 and 4. Kane Della's got company from Bartlett now. Bartlett above the slick down through 1 and 2, but Cheney still good on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Bartlett after the 95 of Kane Della. And then you go back to the 23 machine. Running in that 4 spot.
White flag.
1 lap left to run here. Della now. He's gone to the top side of the racetrack. Can he make a run? Can he make a last lap pass down the back straightaway? Oh, gonna try and cut it down low. Trying to shut the door on Bartlett. Off turn number 4. Lynn Cheney is gonna win. Second will go to Kane Della. Bartlett home in position number 3. Lind will come home 4th. But there is your winner on screen. Driving the number 16 machine. Alex Cheney gets the job done from position number 2, and he will take out heat number 2 here of 12 here from Lanier. The virtual Lanier, 3/8 of a mile in distance. You'll hear that a lot tonight. It is going to be elbows up, Brycey, right from the get-go.
It's good racing there for the front 2 there, Brett. As the next lot of cars are about to enter the Speedway. And I'm sure you'll have the grids there as well.
I do. Was sent them to me by Ryan Harris. So Mel Rakow and Todd Maxfield. Row 1, Ryan Gordon and Jared Rick. Callum Crossing and Jason Loverty will start in row 3. Matthew Bain and Bruce Kelly, I believe that'll be. Callan Arthur and Ben Holmes. Darren Lester, it looks like that'll be. And then Jacob Williams, Michael Clark and Dwan Creasy to make up heat race number 3 here tonight. So again, this is the penultimate heat of the first round. You'll see 12 heat races in total. You'll see each round of heats have 4 heats here tonight from Lanier National Speedway. Again, cars lining up right now on the back straightaway. We'll have to keep an eye on Callan Arthur in that number 81 machine. He was quick last week at the title, but I'm also keeping an eye on the 888, Ryan Gordon. He's pretty good in these street stocks too, Ricey.
Yeah, you don't see him around much often anymore, but he's come back, and I think I've raced with him a few times with street stocks and other bits and pieces, and yeah, he's one of those guys that you can't really get around sometimes. So yeah, you've got to like racing clean, and I think I had a win against him once or twice, but yeah, he's pretty fast in these street stocks.
Come on, mate, this is only heat 2 and you're already bringing the tape measure out.
Can we have a pun counter, please, for tonight?
Well, we've started at 9:45, so 9:50. So we're about looking at the stream counter. We're 20 minutes into a broadcast, and I'm yet to say one. So I guess I was just waiting for you to get in the booth so we could start that punt counter. But green flag is out. Heat race number 3. Already they're beating and banging off of each other down in the turn number 1 and 2. Oh, geez, they got worse internet, worse than Stephanie Amajuri, what we seen last night.
Yelly, Brett. I'm pretty sure she's watching you right now, and I'm just waiting for my phone to go ding. So, just like last night as well. But yeah, that was a big shunt there in turn number 1. And there was some netcode as well, as race control of Bob King has indicated to me that it is going to be a full restart. So any positions gained from any drivers will be back in their spots.
All right, so I think we know firsthand on what it's like to get the raw end of the stick when you pass 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, and you get guys that are sort of inexperienced, and then they race control call a yellow. Experienced that firsthand last week, and about 5 times in heat 1 of my Australian title campaign last year. As I said to the guys, I think I'd passed like 20 guys in total before we before I had to go back to the back of the bus in a complete restart. Yeah,
it's I wasn't as nearly the same as you, but yeah, there was a couple of restarts where I had gained 2 or 3 spots and had to go back again. But hey, such is life. As I believe we'll be going green next time by. As Maxfield on the outside of the front row. Then you've got Ryan Gorton on the inside of the second row. So race control just race control just telling them to form up and going green this time by.
Yeah, this is a pretty good Maxfield here in heat race number 2, heat 3 I should say. That's 1. You missed that one, Maxfield? Yep.
Yeah.
We'll assume that you missed that one for race control. Looks like we'll go around one more time in this one. I thought I seen Dwan Precy out there. Just seeing if he's here. Yes, he is. He's starting from the back of the bus. See what Dwan can do in the. I think he normally drives the number 9 machine, but it could be the 34 in the server, the 43. Green flag set to fly. I'm assuming you just got a message.
Yes.
To send.
Yes, I did. It's on stream.
Right on cue.
So as the field go into turn number 1 right now, Gorton on the inside takes the race lead away. It's 3-4 wide. Further back though, can't blinking at all. Right there, Lester on the bottom side, fighting that 3rd spot. Right behind him is the 81 of Callan Arthur. Go on the outside, going to turn number 1 right now. Here's a quick mover in this one. So Brett, so far, so good for Callan Arthur.
Yeah, already advancing up through the field. He started about the 9th position. How about Ryan Gorton, your race leader out in front? He's going to be very tough to run down Matthew Bain in that number 7 machine, riding in 2nd spot. He's about to have company from the 81 of Callan Arthur, but tell you what, Bain driving away from Arthur down into turns 3 and 4. Arthur, he's got some good entry speed right now, but it's that bottom side where Bain just looks a little quicker there on the exit of turn number 4.
Yeah, and you can actually really see that, Brett, quite clearly. But at the back, though, there's squabbles everywhere with Lester, Maxfield, and Priest. Those 3 cars are having a ding-dong battle with their door panels. But out in front, you've got Ryan Gorton in the 888 car. He's pretty solid at the moment in P number 1. Then you've got Bain in 2nd. And Bain's still keeping with him. Then you've got Callan Arthur in 3rd. Then Holmes in 4th. So far, so good, Brett, in this heat race, and they're all pretty spaced out as well.
Yeah, Gordo going to lead down into turn number 3 and 4. That 888 machine, very accomplished, very fast, in a dirt street stock here on the iRacing.com service. It was always going to be tough to beat, although he did start position number 3. He's had the luxury of getting to the front here in the opening couple of laps, and I want to say riding off into the sunset, but tell you what, hats off to the drivers in 2nd and 3rd. You've got Callan Arthur and Matthew
White
Bain.
flag.
As the white flag flies, here goes Arthur now trying to steal 2nd away from Bain as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Bain on the low side, that Domino's number 7. Arthur on the outside now into turn number 3 and 4. Can Bain get the run? Gordon's going to win. 2nd at the line. This is the drivers. Oh, I'm going to say Bain just got it. I want to say Matthew Bain just gets 2nd. Ahead of Ryan Gorton.
I reckon Bain just got there by a hair.
Well, go to the hairdressers because that was cutting it fine. Ryan Gorton with the win. Heat number 3. And just as quick as you like, once we get these laps rolling off, Pricey, they tend to, just to keep ticking the laps off. Heat races keep getting ticked through. Hopefully, we're out of here by about, I want to say 12 o'clock. So I could really go for a good sleep.
At the moment, Brett,
in your ear just then.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. They were just talking. There was a little bit of discussion on that last restart, but all results are all final.
Heat 4. Cars going to make their way onto the racetrack. Craig Buchanan and Lewis Clark in row 1, Tim Hutchinson, and it's going to be Kurt Millwood. We go back to Kev Young, Daniel Harding in row 3, Brad Wiggs, Dean Cottrell, Jared Steen, Sam Rosa. That'll be Riley Stewart. Just trying to make sure that this is the correct lineup. Tyler Barton, Hayden Mason, Gavin Thomas, and
Jared Steen as well in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they've got Jared Ash here as a driver. Saying that he's going to be on the court for tomorrow night. So I mean,
yeah, I was when you said that, I just had to quickly flick through my end, and yeah, I couldn't see him, but pretty sure it would be probably Jared Steen most likely.
No, Steen, I've already called Steen in this one, but I'll tell you what, Steenie's told me to jump on board here. He's got the old Bundaberg. Looks like Stevenson Racing, number 91, Jared Steen, Bundaberg. He's got the just send it there on the dash. So Steenie, I told you I'd get an onboard shot of you. And there it is.
And also, Brett, on the right-hand side of that as well, is the Tyler Barton 94 car. Part of the Ash Media crew in Victoria. Does all the tracks to Simpson, Moama, and other tracks around Victoria as well. He's like me, a camera guy, so that's all I'll say about him. Otherwise, I'll risk being on his list. And Steph knows all about that list, so...
It's nice to see she's got her internet sorted out that she can type in the chat. not using up too much bandwidth, right?
Yeah, well... Yeah, I won't go into that. Otherwise, I'll be on. I'll be.
You want to get on that list too?
No.
All right, Lewis Clark in the 19 machine. He's. I'm pretty sure he's down from your neck of the woods, isn't he, Ricey? I believe he runs a street stock or something out that way.
So who is that? Sorry.
Lewis Clark.
I know there's a couple of Clarks that run street stocks. I don't want to be saying the wrong information like last night, so I'll try and find information, or if anyone in the stream can let us know. But yeah, I do know there is a couple of Clarks that do run.
Wasn't there a Lewis Clark that hit an inside tyre at borderline and rolled over? Wasn't that a Lewis Clark?
I think so, but yeah, I'd rather not do that. But heat race is about to go green here. As Craig Buchanan off the front row with Lewis Clark. As those two lead the field in turn number 1, side by side once again. As Clark gets the lead, then Buchanan on the inside. Down low. And bumping door panels, Brett. There's nothing wrong with that. But we've got our first lap in the books, and Lewis Clark will lead.
Yeah, Barton actually coming through there on the bottom side, trying to avoid... There was a couple of cars getting all sorts of crossed up there on the front straightaway. Look at them 2 and 3 deep and selling it cheap through turn number 3 and 4. The battle is on right now for second as there goes Buchanan, going to get relegated back to third by Daniel Harding in the 83. Yellow flag going to fly here tonight. First time heat race number 4.
So, unsure what will happen. So 71 has been told to go rear of field. So
Jeremy Young in that.
Jeremy Young.
Jeremy.
Sorry, Jeremy Young. Sorry. It's a bit hard to try to listen to race control and.
I believe that's actually Kev Young in that race car, there, according to the grids. Of course.
Okay.
Again, I had an incident. Not an incident, but we had. A race that we had, what was his name? I'm trying to think of his name. Phil Lyons was actually a Dallas Sharp, so I mean Phil is nowhere near Dallas, and Lyons is not even close to being sharp.
And it started. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Nights on the young, so.
Nights on the young, and we're getting old.
Pretty much. So we're not going green this time. They're just doing the restart order once again.
While that is happening, we're on board right now with the driver that leads this field, Lewis Clark, in the number 19 machine. And Hobbo just said that was Lewis, and Michael is his dad. So thanks, Hobbo, for that wonderful information there. Thank you. This is group number 6 of the Speedway Sedans Australia Kings E Royal. 60 cars In fact, it's 58, I think it is. Or it might even be 56 or 58 cars fighting it. Looks like the pace is picking it up. Green flag back out onto the racetrack. Lewis Clark, Daniel Hardigan run 1 and 2. They're going to be very tough to beat. We'll see if Hardigan can use that front chrome bumper, the chrome horn, and move him out of the way, or whether he just sits and rides in second, or whether he makes that pass nice and clean. Clark going to shut the door there on the exit of turn number 4. The battle is on for 3rd and 4th. Buchanan holding off right now. Jared Steen, well, no surprise. Steenie down on the tacky stuff. The tacky track hero, the tacky track bandit, up to position number 4.
Yes, Brett, right behind him, you've got Tyler Barton as well. He gets tapped on the left rear, but he keeps going. So good job to T-Bart. And yellow comes out once again for this heat race.
71 and the 17 here. So Bradley Wicks in the 17 and Kev Young in that 71 machine, but there is a reason for that one. We'll see if we can take a look here at your instant replay and just sort of catch the back end of that one. But here we go. This will give us a better indication here. Kev Young literally nowhere to go on that exchange. Just 17 was facing the wrong way. Bradley Wicks, and I think Bradley Wicks may have already retired for this heat race, and we'll see if that 17 comes back out onto the racetrack for the rest of the night. So Ricey,
so Brett,
just going to say Ricey's obviously listening to race control when he goes quiet. I know when race control's talking to him.
So yeah, they're just letting drivers know their positions and some other instructions. Also been told that the Ash Media machine of Tyler Barton is also looking for sponsorship from KFC as well. So
I could go for a bit of KFC right now. That would be certainly finger licking good.
Yeah, that would be absolutely. Some tenders, some popcorn chicken as well. So here we go. Lewis Clark and Daniel Hardigan will lead the field once again. Yes, they do. So here we go. Lewis Clark in the 111 car. Coming to turn number 1 and 2 right now. Daniel Hardigan is on his back bumper. He wants that spot pretty badly. Right behind them, the third spot is Craigie Buchanan. And then you got Tyler Barton on the inside of Jared Steen as well. Steenie using that high line as well. Barton getting into the 36 car as well. But Brett, at the moment, it is all Lewis Clark.
Yeah, Clark down to the low side through 1 and 2, right through the slick. Hardigan upstairs, down through turn number 3 and 4. They're closing in here on the final couple of laps of this one. Right now, Clark feeling heavy pressure right now from the driver in second spot, Daniel Hardigan. Jared Steen clearing away from Barton and Buchanan there as we go through turns 3 and 4. And the battle is almost side by side for the race lead into 1 and 2. Clark down low, white flag is out. Hardigan on the outside. Can he get the job done? He switches down to the inside. Hardigan and Clark side by side. Yellow is out. Oh boy. Yellow flag and a fly here in heat race number 4. So we'll let race control decide on who's going to get the race lead.
Yeah, Brett, the white flag was called a little bit late than normal. So obviously, but I reckon Lewis Clark will probably regain that spot. But that battle though, Brett, it's just side-by-side racing, and there's something that you've got to expect here at Lanier as well, being such a small track and the racing line being all bottom.
Again, we've seen it last night, and it's something we sort of spoke about.
Oh,
here we go.
Sorry, Brett, Hardigan being pushed to P1.
All right.
So according to iRacing rules, so Hardigan he was in front before the yellow flag came out, so he regains the lead.
Well, just going back to what we were talking about with that middle line coming out, I thought it might be around sort of heats 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there, around those second round of heats. where we'll see that middle line develop. Already it's coming in heat race number 4. What that'll mean is while you get ready of your empties, we can
Green white checker.
We'll have a green white checker here. Heat race number 4, the last round of the first round of heats. 2 more rounds of heats to come, 8 heats, and then we'll have the A, B, C, and D dash, which we contested over 8 laps again. I would assume, seeing as though everybody we've seen what we've seen over the past couple of nights, with 50 drivers locked in. 10 more drivers want to make it into the Kings E-Royal main event server tomorrow night. It's going to be an absolute bell ringer of a not only main event, but of course a whole night. Green flag is out, 2 laps left to run, so we go back to the green white checker situation. Hardigan leads Clark, Steen back there in 3rd, and Barton rounds out the top 4 right now. We watch Clark on screen. Steenie coming underneath him, not going to be able to make a pass for 2nd right now. White flag is out. Daniel Hardigan 4 turns away from getting his night off to the perfect start with a heat race win. He started position, trying to look at this one. I'm not even looking at the right grid, but we go down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Steenie trying to throw it in deep right now. Daniel Hardigan wins. Clark 2nd. 3rd will go to Steenie. 4th is going to go to Tyler Barton. And that will conclude Heat 4. Daniel Hardigan victorious, getting the win from position number 6. So a good start there for the West Aussie Kiwi, Ricey.
Yeah, good run there from Hardigan. And also Lewis Clark as well. And Steenie as well, mate. Like, you know, there's a few guys there that made up a few spots, but obviously next up is the next heat, which I don't have the grids with me, but I'm pretty sure. So I'm just listening to race control here.
Well, you listen. I'm sure they'll tell you what the GO is. And heat race number 5, cars going to make their way out onto the racetrack here on the back straightaway, and I believe we're going to have a Cottrell and Maguire front row. We go back to Maverick Benson, Adam Lind in row 2, Billy Hill, Michael Clark, row 3. Again, we've got Jared Ash, but that's going to be Steve, Terry Dwan, Precy, Mitchell Broom, Mark Topper Wayne, that is called. There we go, Mark Topper Wayne, or Topper Win. Calumet Crossing, Brendan Bartlett, Brad Wicks, and Jason Laverty to round out this field in heat race number 4. Sean, we're pretty good, buddy. We are pretty good. We're fine. Thank you for the offer. And again, thank you for all the likes and shares and follows that have come through over the past 48 hours. We are waiting just heat race number 5, waiting for the cars as they are on the racetrack right now and going into turns 3. They are stopped on the back straightaway. And reminder, we do have a $50 giveaway for someone to win here as a fan here of Ultimate Dirt TV for the followers that did come through yesterday, and this is open to all the people that helped put this on and got us to where we needed to be. First round of heats is complete. Ricey, what have you made of the track so far? As expected, pretty much like what we've seen in Group 3 and 4 last night. And bottom side's still fairly quick, but drivers been able to work that sort of middle groove of the racetrack just above the slick line.
Yeah, it's kind of the same, really. The low groove is basically going to be the fastest way, and if the guys can hold their car on the bottom and maintain that wheel spin, you'll be fast all night. But obviously, there was a few drivers that we've seen obviously last night and also tonight as well. They're starting to use that middle groove, which won't pay off in the long run. But it's good to see that nearly the whole track is being used up, which is a good sign.
All right, so we have Troy Maguire on the outside of the front row. Alongside him, Dean Cottrell in that 39 machine. Cottrell, Maguire. And you go back to Benson, Adam Lind, who was quick in his opening heat race as the green flag flies. 8 laps on the board, heat number 5.
Yellow, yellow.
Race control not happy with the start of that. Oh, there was a car around the 56 of Brendan Bartlett. Let's see if we can bring up a replay to see what happened here on the start on the Exeter turn number 4. I think it's the 23 just got out of shape, and then Bartlett just got hit from behind, so not a good start for the 23, and not something you want happen racing on the initial start. So Mark Toppel in that 23 gets himself in and around.
No, Brett, that's definitely not something you really want to be happening at all, because it's, I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes a start can be dictated by, obviously the number of people in the lineup, but also if people are a bit antsy to get going, or if the night's been long, but that all plays a factor. But the green flag is aloft here. So the 2 front row guys leading the field into turn number 1. You got Cottrell in the mix as well. Then you've got, there's actually Cottrell's on the outside, that 63 car. Also the 39 car. Then you got the 51 gets turned. So that might bring on a yellow, maybe. No. No, it does not. So Brett, we're still staying green.
Yeah, staying green, watching Maguire on the outside of the 23 machine. That will be Adam Lind in that 23. Had a good heat race. Oh no, car around there on the exit of turn number 4 on the front straightaway. Michael Clark in that 26. Wondering if we get
yellow.
Yes, the car's slowing up, and this will put the field back into a single file restart after about, I think we're about 2 laps in, so still 6 laps left to run. And yes, Hayden, I know the bottom is the fastest way around here, and it's just about trying to set your car up in the slick, because as this track wears off, obviously, the more you drive in the slick, the looser it's going to get. You can make certain adjustments that'll help that car sort of rotate through the turns, but not a track to where you can just hold it flat out, especially right through the slick in these street stocks.
Oh, there's no way you can do that, Brett. But like I was doing some testing yesterday for some people, and running the slick line, and I was actually basically on par with most of the fast guys that were running last night as well. So it's a good sign, knowing that the testing and also practice. I said this last night, Brett, as well. Like, we've got a lot of new guys into the iRacing scene, and it's really, really good for our community and for everyone, really, having some new people coming in racing. And obviously with the Speedway season all basically stopped, everyone wants some sort of Speedway fix, and this is basically the only way of doing it. But practice does make perfect on these slick tracks, and yeah.
Now, a couple of hours ago, World Series Sprint Cars nominations open for the World E-Series Sprint Cars. So the hottest series in Australian Speedway. They're now accepting entries for the inaugural iRacing competition for the World E-Series Sprint Cars. And
already nommed.
Settle down, mate. Just for everybody else out there, they are, according to the Facebook page of World Series Sprint Cars, they're going to be using a format that mirrors the 3 swings that World Series Sprint Cars. Racing will commence next weekend and be wrapped up by Sunday, May 17th. So this is going to be an absolute bell ringer of a 3-week series. I'm pretty sure it's over the 6 weeks. So can't wait for that one. Whether I'm in race control, or whether I'm in production, whether I'm in commentary, or whether I'm just in the race car itself. Looking forward to that event. So a bit of a false start there from the race leader in caliber 39, Dean Cottrell. Going off what we said yesterday as well, with the World Series calendar unveiled yesterday. A couple of new tracks to go with. Whyalla Speedway in South Australia, and Geraldton in Western Australia as well. So should be good. Should be another good series of World Series. Racing listens to race control as we get the field set, lined up back into their correct positions once again. I hope that's not alcohol. I hope that's just a can of Pepsi Max or something, or a bottle of Pepsi Max.
No, it's a Sunkist actually, but
Zero sugar,
the drivers, no sugar. The field just got the wrists slapped. A lot of talking of the one-way. And obviously with iRacing, it is two-way communications, but in real life it's only one-way. So here we go. Green flags aloft here as Cottrell leads the field once again out of turn number 2. And then you got Lind as well, and then Maguire as well in 3rd. Hill in 4th. Back to Michael Clark in 5th. And that battle is on now. Bartlett as well on the inside, the 56 car, Brett. Hey, the 56, as he goes underneath the 26. A little bit argy-bargy back there as well as the 26 gets turned by the 31 car. But at the moment, it is all Cottrell.
Yeah, Cottrell out in front. We go back up to 3rd and 4th right now. The 45 machine of Billy Hill in 4th. Just in front of him is Troy Maguire. That all black, all silver, all grey charcoal. Yeah, I don't know, it's not even a charcoal, it's just a silver. Running in 3rd, nothing on the side of that race car. Back up front right now, and the 23 of Adam Lind. That HMR 23 looking for the race win. Here in heat race number 5 this is, but it is the 39 of Dean Cottrell out in front. Cottrell closing in, there it is, white flag is out, 1 to run. Can Cottrell hang on? He's got 2 more turns around Lanier National Speedway. Oh. Hopefully we don't go yellow. Hopefully we stay green down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag at the ready. Dean Cottrell, your winner here in heat race number 5. Good win now by Cottrell, the 23 of Adam Lind. Going to pick himself up 27, no, is it 28 points? I think it's 7 points between 1st and 2nd. You think I've done enough of these races to figure out the points situation. In fact, here we go. This will tell me up here. I've got it down. I've even got it here. 28 points for 2nd. So there's an 8-point gap.
And that 8-point gap can like ruin your night if it's just one spot as well, Brett. And it's not a good feeling being on the other end of that, knowing that you could have made a transfer or made a spot up by points. So, but it is brutal, and we all saw that happening last weekend for the Australian Modified E title. But Brett, the field is now being called out for heat race number 6.
It looks like it's going to be Bruce Kelly, along with Jared Steen in row 1, Sam Rosa and Cameron Brooks in row 2, Stephen Harvey and Dylan Connor Baxter in row 3. Cruz McVie will be by, and Craig Buchanan, Lewis Clark, Jared Burns, Brad Mangles, Kane Della, Sean O'Hara and Matthew Bain to round out this field. I think with Jared Steen picking up a 3rd in his opening heat race, he's going to look for retribution here tonight. He's going to look to get the job done from the outside of the front row.
Yeah, we got Steen, and then you've got Clark as well, and then just trying to flow through all these positions, Brett. And I see some guys still in the pit lane, which is messing up my cameras. But now, then you got O'Hara as well. You can't discount him in this one. So the drivers are just getting into their positions, or attempting to anyway. But Brett, I will ask you one question though, and this is probably something that you can go back to last week. Is mentality-wise, if if you were having a bad night, which I know you didn't last weekend, but you had one bad night and you needed some spots and that, what sort of mentality would you go through and try and get some more points? Obviously, we saw drivers last weekend banging into each other and getting points and that bits and pieces, but what sort of things would you do in that situation to try and right the wrongs?
That's a good question. Again, a spot that I wasn't in at any stage last week, but I mean, I guess if you were to, to try and, right the wrongdoings that happened, in an earlier heat race, you've sort of just got to put it out of your mind and worry about the heat that you're coming up to. You can't be sort of, dwelling on the past or whatever. So again, you've just got to put it out of your mind and just focus on doing the best that you can in your heat race and just try and pass as many cars as you can.
So race control just saying one more time around as Devin Williams, he's saying in chat, nice nights for online racing. That's right, mate. I'm a little bit cloudy, but no chance of rain here at the moment. So
don't say that, because the iRacing servers could take a back seat. They could flush it down the toilet, and we can have a virtual rainout. I've seen iRacing servers take glitches. So I mean, it is possible. So don't say that, Ricey.
Oh well, yeah, fair point. But Brett,
you've been around the block once or twice.
Just a few. But Brett, lead him away for heat race number 6.
All right, Jared Steen on the outside of row 1 with Bruce Kelly in that 653 machine. This is a very, very slow pace. Surely we'll get the pace picking up next time by. Right, you give us a dud start, Ricey. Crispy Lettuce in the Facebook chat. It's got some gas today, apparently. Oh God! All right, here we go. I'm looking forward to bed already. I really am.
Well, that means more of the dad jokes and the puns will be out in force soon. That's for sure.
About heat 8 or 9, I reckon. I haven't really got much to go off tonight. I'm assuming they're just getting the lineup sorted here.
Yeah, they're race control's running it out one last time. So if they don't listen and they start in their spot and they are starting one position back or 2 positions back from where they should be, well, that's their own problem. So guys have had ample time to get ready and get into their position. So Steen will be frothing at the mouth at the moment. He'll be one guy to get the job done here in heat race number 6 and get maximum points for this heat. But he's got the 653 car to deal with, though. Bruce Kelly.
All
so.
Right. Still some confusion at the back. I think we just send these drivers on their way. I think that would be a much better solution. We've nearly done 8 pace laps around here.
Yeah. If it was me, I would have had, if you're running low fuel, you'll be kind of a bit on the wary side.
Did you happen to gamble last week on fuel at all during the heat races?
And the first heat I did, but the second and third I didn't.
What kind of fuel did you go with in the first and then compared to the second and third?
Well, first I had 3 gals in and we had 4 or 5 cautions and I only had 0.9 gallon left, so so it was close.
How about I had 5 gallons all night and the first heat I think I come across with about 2.3 gallons left for 10 laps.
Yellow for that one, Brett.
Yeah, a good start for Steen, but not good for anybody else. He's already made his intentions clear that he's going to run right above the slick into turns 1 and 2 and look to drive away and off into the sunset. So this should be a complete restart here for heat race number 6, I believe we're on already. So after this heat race, we'll be halfway through the heat races here. Another 6 to go. Then we have of course, our D, C, B and A dashes.
And also, Ryan, I've just turned down my mic level a little bit there, buddy. So if it's any better, let us know.
I just turned myself up in OBS, so that should make things a little better. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hand the reins over to you. I've just got to take care of some business.
All good. So, here we go, folks. Green this time by, as indicated by our race control Bob King. As Kelly and Steen on the front row. And then Brooks and Rosa in your second row. So, let's see if we can get this one in the books. Heat race number 6. It's about to go green here. And we do. Bruce Kelly leads the field away, and then Jared Steen on that mid-groove. Goes on the outside. Can he get the job done? Yes, he does. So he picks up P number 1 spot. That leaves Kelly in second. Then right behind them is a spot of, a squabble for third, but yellow has been called. Unsure of who that was. It looks like Lewis Clark was the last guy back. I'll just quickly have a look and see what the issue was. Oh, yep. So there's Constantine effect with the 92.52 and the 111 on the back straightaway. So unfortunately, some guys getting into each other. But at the moment, this heat race is taking longer than expected. Longer than I would hope, of course. But it looks like the 52 of Harvey's got a little bit of rear damage on that car as well. It's only panel damage though, so nothing major. So race control at the moment, letting the drivers know of their positions. So let's hopefully get this one in the book, boys. And it's back to single file.
Probably a smart move to do that though, considering that we're not getting any sort of laps in here in heat race number 6. They're just taking their time. But again, you know, with these track conditions, as you said, these newer drivers that have come here on the iRacing.com service, something that they wouldn't normally experience in official racing. These tracks wouldn't get as slick as this, especially in street stocks. And yeah, I guess just inexperience creeping into the picture right now, Ricey.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Brett. Comes with territory. But Kelly can go any time from now. And green flag has been called by race control. So Jared Steen going to the top side. Well, that mid-groove, just where the slick enters into the tacky. He goes on the outside of Kelly in turn number 3, side by side. Kelly on that bottom, making that car stick to the bottom side. He's doing a good job of that one, but Jared Steen will lead this lap. So, Brett, at the moment, Jared Steen in the 91, still side by side with Kelly. So the race is on for this P1 spot at the moment. And I believe yellow has been called, yes. So another yellow for heat race number 6.
Just a big thing when it comes to point situations, stuff like that. If there's a tie on points going into these dashes, it then reverts back onto the driver's fastest lap of the race. I gotta say this time right now, Steenie's probably one of the fastest cars. He's certainly got a top 10 car here tonight. He should be able to transfer. However, if he struggles in getting through the heat races, looking at his lap time, his quickest lap is a 17.110. That's 3/10 off the pace on what we're seeing Nathan Polich do with a 16.777. And again, that's just the advantages and disadvantages of going out in heat 1 to compared to like a heat race number 4. It just goes to show you 3/10 of a second coming through the field. It can play a big part if there is a tie going into the point when they tally up the points.
Yeah, Brett, and like obviously going back to last weekend for this Australian title, was one of those things that, you know, if you had a later heat race, it's you kind of had to drive, you know, a little bit less harder. Like I didn't have to drive as hard as I would be if I was, you know, in heat number one or whatever. It all comes back down to track state. So, and I'm pretty sure you probably found that out as well in your group as well. But hey, we both did pretty well, and that. But Jared Steen, one guy who likes to play some Wreckfest and take him out all the time. That's how he works. But green flag is aloft here as Steenie gets the big jump. And I mean that by a long margin. Kelly in second, then you've got Rosa in third, fourth you got McVie as well. Then the 92 of Baxter right behind them. So Brett, at the moment, Steenie is gone.
Yeah, not surprised, especially starting where he was on the outside of the front row. McVie in that 40 machine, looking to the outside, looking for position number 3. Yellow is out. Surely race control, I've got to declare this one very shortly, because this has not been a happy hunting ground here for these drivers in heat race number 6. Surely race control would be getting very, very frustrated right about now.
I would be too, mate, if I was race control. But hey, they haven't declared it yet. They're still calling out the positions for the restart.
Well, if they're not going to declare it, at least give them a green white checker. Take a laps away from them, because we've still got 6 heats to go. So far, we are an hour in, and we've only done 5 heats.
So Brett, just listening to race control, telling the boys to settle the ship. Some of the guys getting a bit argy-bargy at the back. So I believe, if I heard that correctly from Bob King, it is now 3 laps to go. So he must have been listening, Brett, to your advice. So Jared Steen can go any time, which he does right now. So green flag aloft as he leads the field once again for the 800th time this weekend into turn number 1. Then right behind them, the tussle for second at the moment is between Kelly, Rosa, McVie, and Baxter. So the battle's on now.
Yeah, watching the 653 at the moment. We watch Sam Rosa in the 77 made contact with McVie. McVie to the inside in that 40 machine, but Rosa gonna have the spot down into turn number 3 and 4. We should be on the white flag this time by 1 lap left to run. Oh, McVie and Rosa, and here comes the 92 on the outside up to position number 3. Dylan Connor Baxter making it 3 wide, 3 deep, and selling it cheap on the low side. In the turn number 3 and 4, Jared Steen going to be victorious. Look at this battle on for the minor placings. Oh, McVie just going to get there. Oh boy, Connor Baxter home in position number 4. Car going for a massive ride.
Who was that? I reckon it's the 52 of Harvey. Wow, Brett, that has to be on the instant replay.
Oh, it's on its WAY, on its way. The replay happening here. Just, oh my, that car blew up in midair. And you want to take that one for a ride? Let's go on board. And let's see a whole bunch of sky in the air. Oh man, that is wild. That is wild. Jesus, that was Stephen Harvey. That was a huge lick. Thankfully, it's just it's on a simulator. It's only on the PC. And luckily for that 52 machine, you'll be able to bring that car out. How many flips is that on the side? How many twists is that? Let's try and count this. Here we go. We've got a slow motion replay coming up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 before it hit the rear end of the wall. Thankfully, that was it's only a game at the end of the day, Ricey.
Yeah, that dude launched like literally up in the air. I'm just watching the replay on your streaming at the moment, and yeah, wow.
All right,
That was massive.
Mitchell Cartwright, Mitchell Cartwright, Callan Arthur, row 1. Benjamin Holmes and Darren McCarthy in row 2. And we'll go back to Tyler Barton in row 3 alongside the 21 of Melina Rakow. Melina, I apologise. There's a very good chance that that name has been butchered. Look at else who was in this one. Todd Maxfield in this one. Starting up near the front, Sean Stevens picked up a heat race win earlier on. Also got Kurt Millwood on the racetrack. Trent Gosley in that MFR number 4 machine for Snap-on Tools. I did have the grid up somewhere. Jaden Russell in here as well. It looks like we're going green flag action, Ricey.
No, we're not. We're going yellow.
Oh, that's the 38 of Mitchell Carr. That was your pole sitter. Let's take a look at that replay again. Oh, Callan Arthur. There was just contact there on the exit of turn number 4 when the initial flag was out. Oh, I'm going to say Arthur looked like he held his line a bit. See if we can get another closer, another angle of that one with the contact between Arthur. Yeah, Cartwright just moved up a bit. Should give us a pretty good indication, maybe. No.
Damien puts in chat here. The big question is the rice nice? Well, yeah, sometimes, but I'll let you determine that one, not me.
So we'll go back to green flag action. I can tell you that the...
Yellow.
That's what I was going to tell you, is that we're going yellow. No, that's not what I was going to tell you. Group 5 results for drivers that missed it and then want to catch up on the information. Speedway Sedans Australia have just posted it. The heat winners, Aston Hurley picked up 2. Bradley Minshall picked up 2. John Schultz, Cam Taylor, Ryan Harris, Nash Granger, Callum Davidson, David Blanche, Darren Brumfield, and Matt Varus. The top 2 automatically transferring, Aston Hurley and Bradley Minshall transfer automatically to Monday night. The D-Dash transfers was Luke Smith and Darren Sutton. The C-Dash transfers was Matt Nelson and Aidan Solomon. And the B-Dash transfers, Tyler Shelford and Wade Benson. And the top 8, Cam Taylor, John Schultz, Ryan Harris, Stephen Gartner, Nash Granger, Patrick Hewitt, David Blanche and Darren Brumfield. All transferring on to tomorrow night.
We got some SSR drivers in the chat right now. You've got Hobbs, Hobbo as well. As I'll, Eli's going Ricey on his stream, and I'll go Hobbo. There you go, mate. So we got Damon Milken as well. So thanks, guys, for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, along with everyone else who is watching from all around the traps here, Australia, and also around the world. So here we go. T-Bart on the inside. And yellow is called once again. That's right. How many streams have you had today? 5?
This is broadcast number 5. I started the first one 15 hours ago. I done 3 before 12 o'clock, and then I had lunch. I had about a 2-hour nap, and then now I'm on my second one in the space of 3 hours. This is
Don't
tough.
drug test James Rice. No, Scott. I'm all good, mate. I've had a few, but won't stop me. So, at the moment, We get back on the right screen.
He's a lot cleaner than what I've heard him in previous broadcasts with me.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying certain things that shouldn't be said, but I've learnt my lesson. As the green flag is off for this heat race, Holmes and Tyler Barton lead the field into turn number 1. Barton back on the inside. He gets the job done, and he's into P number 1. He'll be happy about that one. McCarthy in second. Then Cullen Arthur in third. Now, Brett, he got put back to the rear for an incident, I think it was 2 yellows ago, and he's made his way up back into third.
Now Arthur already on a tear through this field. Start on the outside of the front row. There's contact into 10 of 1 and 2. The 42 machine around Todd Maxfield. Facing the wrong way. Gets the car back going again. Back up front. We go yellow. Scott, yes I did. Cam Taylor is through to tomorrow night. He picked up the win in the A-Dash. The top 8 from the A-Dash confirmed themselves into tomorrow night's server, along with the 2 drivers that are automatically transferred from Group 5. So yes, Cam Taylor is through.
Yeah, congrats to Cam Taylor as well. It was lightning quick last weekend, Brett. He was in the A main with you, and unfortunately went backwards. But I think he was using my setup, so I kind of feel responsible for that one. But
here we go. Tape measures back out.
Oh,
Just when I thought we put the tape measure away.
Oh god.
Other than that, can we get security to start getting all these girls away from the commentary box? They're all flocking to see James Rice's green flag is out.
Green flag is out, but Cullen Arthur, I don't know what happened there. He let one car go, so unsure why. But Tyler Barton, he wants to get sponsored by KFC. Wants some of those chicken tenders. So he's leading the field in this one, using the low side to perfection at the moment. McCarthy in second. Then you've got Millwood in third, Brett. They're up behind him as Cullen Arthur.
Yeah, watching Trent Gosley in that 4 machine back in the pack here right now, struggling to make his way through it. He's going to move up to what should be, I think, position 6 on the racetrack. Battle is on for 4th. Arthur around the outside of Kurt Millwood through turn number 1 and 2. So Arthur's got up on the wheel and he's running above the slick, just like what we've seen Jared Steen do in the last heat race. So Steenie and Arthur, of course, teammates, and they'll do the same here.
Oh, race has been declared.
Oh, thankfully. Thank you. So Tyler Barton, unofficially, in fact, it'll be officially your winner. Maybe that's going to be some sponsorship money towards KFC. Heat 6. Cars making their way out onto the racetrack once again. We'll see if we can't bring you your lineup here for Heat number 7, Mitch Cartwright. No, in fact, that was Heat 7. I'm a heat behind. Heat 8, Braden Preston, Anthony Gaunt, Adrian Lamaka, and Damien Lester, Jacob Williams, Hayden Mason, Gavin Thomas, Murray Locke, Alex Cheney, Ryan Gordon, Jared Rick, Kev Young, Daniel Hardigan, and Nathan Polich. Heat number 8, Ricey cars on the racetrack.
Yeah, just reading some of these stream comments, and Hobo saying I'm the king of comms. I wouldn't go that far.
King of commercials?
Maybe.
I can play some commercials if you like.
No, we're right. But so a lot of new names in this one, Brett. Good to see. Oh, and the guy that we said only a couple of races ago that he wasn't in, he is now showing up. So Jared Ash, the guy behind all things Ash Media, he's rolling down the front straightaway pit lane to come out on track. So the 62 car joins the field here in this one.
Well, I don't see a Triple J on that number 3 machine, but I think it's been about 3 years since Jared has actually turned a lap, or from what I've seen, turned a lap, and well, he's going to make it out for heat number 8. Surely just doing this for a bit of fun.
Oh, yes, that's right. I would be able to see his skin if I had trading paints on. So, yes, sorry about that. He has the number 3 on that car. Yes, and the Triple J Motorsports was so long ago, Brett. Back when Dirt first started, really, and some good times, and we all changed teams and had different things, so. And Tyler wanted to give a shout out to KFC for the popcorn chicken he ate today. Peak Performance Motorsport Nutrition. So
can confirm.
Yes, I can confirm that as well. So Brett, lead us away for this heat race.
Heat race number 8, the last round of Group 2 heat races. The second round of heats here for Group number 6. We are green flag racing here at Lanier National Speedway. And again, we go 2 and 3 deep. Look at Gorton. We're about to go yellow. Gorton straight up to position number 5 in that 888 machine. Man, oh man. Oh, look at the 7 that are getting into the back of the 59 machine. There's some very nice looking painted up cars out here tonight, Ricey. Just going through some of those cars. The 59 of Darren Lester. I'll get a closer look at that one. The Caltex Rabina number 59. It's, well, I like the colours that I use. So green, white and black.
Brett, just want to speak with the canteen people as well. Apparently that they have run out of hot dogs. So they need to make sure they restock and cook them up ASAP, please.
Alright, we've got a blue Falcon that needs moving as well. I'm not going to say the number plate, don't know the number plate, haven't been told, but we do have a blue Falcon that needs moved, please.
So Brett, this one. That number 99 car, I actually don't mind that one. The Preston number 99 off the front row out of P number 1. But green flag is, well, no green flag. The guy's getting antsy, so we'll go roll around one more time.
They're getting itchy feet. I think they need to put some. Darren, I think they're getting a little too antsy there. We'll just want to get on the gas. They want to get this race underway. Now, Preston, once again, going to lead us off for turn number 4. Green flag is out. Heat number 8, Group 6 here. For the Speedway Sedans Australia, Kings E Royal. Yeah, yellow once again.
Brett, if you read your stream chat, Facebook, I believe Ryan Higgs has the number plate for that vehicle.
No, look, I've only seen that number plate about, I don't know, 364 times inside the last 24 hours, so...
I remember that night at the Classic. It was funny.
Chris definitely didn't read Darren's one out loud just because I'm a lot smarter than you guys think. I actually read them in my head before I say it on stream, so... I've been around the block once or twice. Definitely nowhere near called it. Blue Falcon still needs to be moved, but the blue and yellow number 99 machine is going to lead us down into 1 and 2. Leicester, 3 wide up on the top side. The 59 now going to move into position number 2 down the back straight away. Leicester's got a run coming after your race leader.
Yellow.
And Lamaka in the 2 machine. I'm pretty sure we seen Lamaka last night.
You said that last time as well about someone else, but you were wrong, so... I don't know.
Yeah, remember because we were calling him Adrian Lamachia?
Yes,
or
yes.
Lamachia, or then they said Lamaka, as in Macca's? Yeah? Yeah, you remember now?
Yeah,
I wasn't that sleep deprived, goddammit.
So, race control once again. Mr. Brody Baldwin reading out the lineup once again for these drivers. As my phone is going off the hook. So obviously something's funny going on. Oh my god. And I blame Stephanie Emajuri for that one. Thank you, Steph. So.
She still got internet. I'm surprised you didn't use it all up last night.
Apparently, some people were watching Netflix on their tablets and stuff at her house.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, the good old. Oh yeah, they were using Netflix. I swear.
So, Preston leading the field once again in this one. Apparently, some people. And we're going green this time. Brett, let us away.
Okay, alright, I guess I'll do it then. Yeah, look, see? Ryan said Lamaka did run last night, so I wasn't wrong. Anyhow, not sure whether somebody else is on that account running for tonight, but anyhow, into turn number 1 and 2, the 2 machine going to get hit there by the 59, the 2, Lamaka. And these cars are still hitting each other under yellow flag conditions.
Yeah, car 2 has been sent rear field, and race control not happy, that is for sure.
I think that's a stiff call. We're gonna take a look at the replay here. I think the 2 got hit. That's a stiff call for the 2. Bringing the replay up on screen right now. 2 definitely gets a little bit of tap from behind by the 59 machine. Albeit a small one, but wow, that's I'm the 2. I'm not happy about that one. But anyhow, there's a reason why I'm not in race control. She said, be so much whinging and crying going on, especially over a 2-way communication system. Can you turn your phone on silent?
I just wanted to prove my phone's going haywire tonight. It is absolutely mental.
It's got a silent button for a reason.
Hold on, Brett. Race control, I believe. Yeah, the 2's been given the spot back.
Good call. Good call. So now does the 59 go to the tail or what? The beauty about having this is I've literally got no connection with any one of these drivers. So all comments that come from me are totally unbiased in what I see happen. But we're going back green flag action, so no one going to get penalised here. We're back underway. The 2 of Lamaka up on the top side of the racetrack. Then you go back to Darren Lester. Now going to move into position 2, but the 2 back around the outside, back to second. And the 99 under all sorts of pressure down through turn number 3 and 4. Braden Preston. Is that a yellow or?
No. Sorry, I think it was number 9 car got a bit sideways in front of the field, but 99 got shunted and no yellow. Yo, as I say that, yellow gets called.
How many yellows was that?
I
mean, that could have been worse than Gavin White. There might have been 4 or 5 yellows on that call, just saying Ricey.
Yellow. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Fuck it. Sorry. Beeping that. Yeah. So, anyway. Is getting a bit rowdy, these guys. The 7 and the 30. Thomas and Mason, I believe. Those 2 were trading panels under yellow. Obviously not happy. So the feud continues, Brett, from last night, from some other drivers.
I mean, it's short track racing at its finest. It's again, tempers are always going to flare when you, especially when you come from Charlotte last week, you come to a totally different racetrack. Lanier, tighter, smaller. There's a lot less room to fight for. But yeah, again, this is where these drivers have got to be. They've got to keep their emotions in check. All right, watching Ryan Gordon. How about him? The sleeper in this field started near the back of the bus, and Gordon looking for his second heat win of the night as we go through turn number 1 and 2. Lamaka up on the top side of the racetrack. Gordon down low, side by side, 2 by 2 for the race lead. The top 5, you can throw Grandma's quilt over it, and they are hustling and bustling down into turn number 1 and 2.
Sorry, Brett, as cars at the back of the field going everywhere. That was Locke. And Rick as well. But back to the front. Lamaka. The white flag is out now, Brett. As I believe, is it Ryan Gordon out in front?
Yes, it is Gordon out in front. Gordon is going to pick up a second heat win. Heat number 8 is complete. And Daniel Hardigan just was, as he was coming to a second, third, and fourth, fifth battle on screen, Ryan Gordon comes away victorious. And he will make it 2 from 2. And he's pretty much got 1 foot in the door of moving into tomorrow night's 60-car server. He'll just have to get through the final heat race of the night for himself in the 888 machine, and then of course we will have heats number 9, 10, 11 and 12 followed by our A, B, C and D dash. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. The third and final round of heat races here live tonight from Lanier National Speedway. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage here, Group number 6 of the Speedway Sedans Australia Kings E-Royal here at Lanier National Speedway Group. Yes, this is Group 6, but this is heat number 9 of 12, the last round of heats. For these ones, a green flag is out. Trent Gosley, Dwan Precy. Oh, Precy gets turned from behind as we stay green. For the moment, I doubt it because we got many cars around in turn number 1 and 2. And yes, Cush Clothing, we do have a $50 giveaway to announce to Cush Clothing, and some t-shirts, hoodies, all that sort of apparel. Check out cushclothingco.com.au, I believe it is. You think I'd know that? I was on there last week and getting some merchandise from Mr. Ryan Harris, courtesy of picking up a highest point score in Group 1. So we've got a $50 giveaway for that one. Ricey, last round of heats upon us.
So, Brett, just listening to Race Control at the moment and giving out orders at the moment. So, just reminding drivers to make sure to clean up that start there. But Trent Gosley, Brett, one guy that you can't discount in this one. Then you've got that paint scheme looks familiar.
Which one?
But anywho, no, that's all right.
Which one? Which paint scheme are you talking about? You can't just say this paint scheme looks familiar and then not continue.
I was wrong. No, I was wrong in the first instance. That's all good. So here we go. Green flag aloft in this one. Gosley leading. He's in third at the moment. He's going to go into second using that top side. We stay green this time. So Priest will lead away. The 45 getting a bit loose out of turn 4, but Gosley on the inside of Priest. Brett, it is on.
Yep, Dwan Precy in that black and green machine on the outside, second spot. Keeping an eye on Adam Linden, that pink and black, number 23, that HMR machine. He's been pretty quick all night, picking up some good valuable points in his heat races. And if he can get into second, he's certainly going to earn himself certainly a top 5, maybe even be a top 2 point scorers after the 12 heat races, as this is our third round of heats. Dwan Precy gets a little tight, going to lose second, almost going to lose third as they go across the start-finish line.
Yellow.
Precy on the outside, yellow is out. Then you go back to Jason Laverty in that 33 machine in fourth. Billy Hill rounding out the top 5. Troy Maguire 6th. Brendan Bartlett 7th. 8th is Maverick Benson. Then we go back to the 23 of Mark Topperwin. And then we look at the 12 of Steve Terry. We've also got the 61 of Callum Crossing. He's got that rear end which is sort of bent out of shape, crab walking down the straightaway. It's crossing up. The rear end is locking up.
Well, Brett, you don't have long to go, buddy. It's all good. As tomorrow is Easter Monday.
I've still got a broadcast.
You still got a couple tomorrow, or?
Yep. Well, thankfully, normally on a Monday I do 4 in the space of, again, about 7 or 8 hours. But with World of Thunder taking Easter off, they're doing a memorial race at what would be about 10 o'clock my time. So just the one race for World of Thunder tomorrow, and then of course we've got the Wings Only Racing League, which I believe is 410s at Eldora. So super late models, I have no idea where they're at. In fact, I could probably tell you. Hang on, if you want to watch that tomorrow. Oh god, I'm clicking on the wrong things. Getting overtired now.
So they will go green this time by. And Ryan Harris in chat at the moment. All things you can always order online from us. So he's one of those guys that I met for the first time at Borderline, and A nice bloke to have a chat to, that's for sure. So here we go. Trent Gosley will lead the field once again for the probably 900th time this weekend into turn number 1. Then you've got Lind in second, then Priest in third. Priest still holding on to that third. He's looking for that second spot. As I say that, the yellow flag comes out again.
Man, this is brutal. These guys just want to get this in. Closing in on 11:30. We're on our last round of heats. This is heat race number 9, the Speedway Sedans Australia Kings E Royal, group number 6. Last night we went to, what, 1:15 in the morning? About 20 past 1, 1:30 it was, and that was nearly a 6.5 hour stream for groups 3 and 4. That was a good night, but man, that was a long night.
Well, Brett, race control have had enough. It is green-white checker.
I mean, I'm down with that.
So, Gosley would be happy about that one. In the number 4. So, green has been said this time by. So, we do go green now. So, Gosley, good jump. Leading the field into turn number 1, Brett. With 2 laps to go. Adam Lind in the battle with Priest. And then right behind them, you got the 63 car on the high side. But, Brett, white flag is out.
Heat race number 9, Gosley. 4 turns away from getting a heat race win here at the Lanier National Speedway. Adam Lind, the 23, I believe he's been top 3 in all 3 of his heat races. Gosley off for turn 4. Checkered flag is out. Gosley wins. Lind home in second. Third is a good close battle there. And we'll let race control figure that one out, but I do believe that it was the Dwan Parisi who may have just gotten the job done there for third. But again, with no official timing and scoring here tonight, it's all done by hand, and race control and everybody else that is having a hand in this one, we'll let those guys do timing and scoring. But that is done and dusted for heat number 9. Heat 10 up next, trying to get a look here at your starting grid.
Ooh, this is going to be a long night. That's for sure. But this heat race, Brett, just hearing some names through the one-way, this is going to be juicy. You got Steen, then you got Clark, Buchanan.
I can tell you the grid here. Cruz McVie, Jared Ash, front row. Matthew Bain, Dylan Connor Baxter, row 2. Sean O'Hara, Stephen Harvey, row 3. Kane Della and Cameron Brooks, row 4. Brad Mangle, Sam Rosa, row 5. Jared Burns, Jared Steen, row 6. Lewis Clark, Bruce Kelly, row 7. And Craig Buchanan by himself at the back end of the field. Heat race number 10. 3 more heats. And how about this guy, Jared Ash? We took note of his earlier heat race, but we didn't actually get to see him. This time he's got an opportunity, Ricey, to start on the front row. And let's see if he can actually do something with it. And you never know, we might be able to get Jared Ash a heat race win here at the Kings E Royal.
Yeah, mate. He did race Speedway on and off there for a few years, and I do remember, and I'm pretty sure this is right, unless anyone else can correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure he made a top 3 podium in I think it was a street stock title, I think. Or in a production
I'm pretty sure everyone knows about that. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned last week.
So, Jared Ash definitely can pedal that number 3 Ash Media car. So, then right behind him, Brett, is the 24 of O'Hara. He did really well last week. as O'Hara's getting a bit of a bump from the car behind him, the 92. So,
that 92
at the moment,
is not even meant to be there. It's meant to be Kane Della in the number 95 that's meant to be behind O'Hara. And O'Hara, in fact, is meant to be out of position 5, so...
Yes, it's a bit odd. So, race control, basically having enough of this. So, race control boarding that start and making sure the guys are in position correctly. So, Sean O'Hara is supposed to be in P number 5. Oh, this is going to get messy in a sec.
I mean, it's real simple. Just look at the grid and you'll see that Sean O'Hara's meant to be out of position 5. Kane Della's meant to be out of 7. And again, this is according to the grid that I've got here. So, there we go. Now we've got it
Rhino.
working.
Q2 and Q3 in street stocks. Thank you there, Rhino. I knew it was one of them. I just wasn't sure which one, but... Oh, the next car to make contact under yellow in the server will be removed. Chief Steward has spoken. So, they're not messing around. But Jared Ash and McVie off the front row. So, let's see what these two guys can do off the front row. Here we go, Brett. The green flag is aloft finally here in this heat race. Jared Ash on the outside. Around the outside of McVie. And Bono goes level with him on the back straightaway into turn number 3. McVie on that low side. Drifts up a little out of the groove. That will bring Jared Ash into the equation once again. So here we go. Can Jared Jared Ash get the job done? As I say, that Sedans around. And a big pile up, including Sean O'Hara, Craig Buchanan, Matthew Bain in the mix as well. So we had some good laps there, Brett, but not long enough.
No, unfortunately not. Last time I called Jared Ash in a race here on iRacing would have been about 2017, so or even maybe the early parts of 2018. So it's been a number of years since I've seen that 3 machine. But I tell you what, he's shown that he hasn't lost any sort of skill or speed here in the street stocks.
Definitely not. As just listening to the one-way communication between the drivers with Chief Steward and drivers. Just reviewing that last incident, as there was a few cars piling up. So, Brett, one thing I did notice with this track and with these cars is obviously a lot of comments I've been told is the cars get way loose on entry into the corners, especially on slick. Now, what's one thing that you can recommend to these drivers without blowing your setup, and me giving it to my my group chat? What's one thing that you can actually do? Like, would stagger be one thing, or would it be like a spring rate issue? Or
that would be the first thing I do. Lower the stagger. And again, depending on what you run now, I've sent a setup out to probably 40 or 50 people that have messaged the page and want to get their cars a little faster. And again, the first thing I say is first things first. Make sure you get a 567 gear in. Next thing, lower the stagger if it gets too loose. Green flag is back out. Jared Ash and McVie. McVie, the race leader. Ash running in second. Now look up on the inside. Kane Della, the 95, looking for position 3 over the 92. 92, Dylan Connor Baxter right now. But here goes Della up on the inside. O'Hara behind them. There's a 3-way battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, the race is on now. Baxter on that top groove. You got O'Hara stalking him in that same line. Then you got Della using that bottom, but it's nearly 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 for this time by. But out in front, McVee is out in front in the number 40. Then you got Jared Ash in second. Then third at the moment is Baxter, but Shota Hara, he's got some answers. He wants that third spot right now, Brett, and get some more points in the bag.
Yeah, it's all about finishing up as high as what you can in your heat races to put yourself in good steads for the A-Dash or the B-Dash later on tonight. But again, only the top 8 go through from the A-Dash, automatically two highest point scorers. Top 2 will go through to tomorrow night, and right now the battle still goes on between O'Hara and Baxter. Baxter on the outside as, well, O'Hara going to fight back on the inside. A couple of different lines developing, and very surprised to see that, considering we normally see this racetrack at the moment around this part of the night, the bottom side is so dominant right now. We get into lap traffic. McVie up on the inside of the lap car, the 653, Jared Ash. Can he make something happen here in the final laps of this heat race?
White flag is out, Brett, as Jared Ash is on that back bumper of McVie as the lap car going into turn number 3 or 4 right now, as McVie will take the checkers. Congratulations to him. Second goes to Jared Ash. And third, oh, I'm not sure, Brett. I'll have to let Racer and Troll figure out that one.
That's twice we've had some good finishes there at the back. And
the 52, Brett. The 52 has gone airborne once again. He's another heat race.
That's the second time.
Wow.
I tell you what, I would hate to work on that 52's pit crew. I'd hate to work on that race car.
Oh, I would be shitty if that happened twice in one night.
That's 2 destroyed race cars for the 52. Stephen Harvey, they'll definitely get that car fixed out for the dash races to come. We've still got 2 more heat races. And Gordo just saying, basically just reiterating what I was saying with regards to the slick setup. Getting the stagger right, get you 90% of the way. The next part of the way, throttle control and practice.
Hey, and like, you know, like, even me and you, Brett, like, we were on iRacing service, you know, way before Dirt came out, and when Dirt came out, you know, some of us had experience with real life Speedway. You know, you raced as well, and I had, you know, 1 day of practice with the Jody Baldwin car, the wingless sprint down at Borderline many years ago, where I putted around, thought I was fast when I wasn't. But hey, it was a fun experience, that's for sure. But you know, I think, you know, there was a lot of teething problems at the start, you know, trying to get the right feel for the cars, and, you know, we were spinning out and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, a lot of guys who are new to the service at the moment, you know, as you said, it's just time and practice.
It is. I remember getting in the 410s and not being able to do a lap. I hated the thing. I was like, this game's stupid. I don't want to play it anymore. Here we are 3 years later, and, well, I can get around any racetrack decent. Heat 11, Daniel Stewart, Brad Wicks, Darren McCarthy, Jaden Russell, Tyler Barton and Sean Stevens, row 3, Riley Stewart, Kurt Millwood, Ben Holmes, Tim Hutchinson, Callan Arthur, Todd Maxfield, Dean Cottrell and Mel Rakow. That's heat number 11 lineup. Yep, we're already going green here at heat race number 11. Side by side, 2 and 3 wide already again through turn number 1 and 2. Look at the 37 of Sean Stevens. Again upstairs. He'll go into turns 3 and 4 and going to look to round up a couple of cars on the low side that happen to make contact with each other. The battle is going to be on for second spot right now. Jaden Russell right through the middle and into position 3 as Tyler Barton looking to take third away. But Russell now comes back after the driver in second spot. And that happens to be Darren McCarthy.
Yeah, good run so far, Brett. It's a 27 of Russell on the outside as Tyler Barton again, that poor cone on the exit of pit lane, it's been copping and hammering this whole weekend. But Tyler Barton looking for a KFC sponsorship. He's now in third, but has the 37 right behind him on the outside of Stevens. But out in front, Brett, it's definitely not in the 8 car. It's Daniel Stewart.
Now the 25 out in front, watching Sean Stevens in third. Now back up to Tyler Barton in third. All over the back of the 27 of Jaden Russell. Now peeks to the inside. They make contact off turn number 2. Here comes Stevens on the outside of Barton. Down into turn number 3. Barton fighting back up on the inside. Oh, car around McCarthy. Is that Plugger McCarthy from Victoria?
I'm not sure, Brett, but yeah, he got spun. From my observation, obviously, but we'll see what race control deem the yellow. But what a race up front, Brett, between Stevens, Barton, Russell, and then obviously Stewart at the front.
Oh, I thought there was a question coming after that one.
No. Oh, some argy-bargy between Barton and the 37 of Stevens. I'll tell you right now, T-Bart will not be happy with that one. He'll be fuming behind his screen at the moment. But race controls, Brett has said it will go around one more time, and then we'll get the green flag from there.
There we go. Told you. It was Plugger. I haven't seen Plugger, or haven't seen him probably. This is going back to the old game that we used to play back in like 2012 to 2017. RIP that other game, although it's still around. iRacing's where it's at right now.
Oh, no doubt about it, Brett. It's the green flag for Stewart. Will lead the field once again into turn number 1. Russell on the inside, looking for way around him as Barton has company on the top sides with Stevens. So Barton will... He's in third at the moment, Brett. He's actually picking up some good momentum into the corners as he's looking for way around the outside of the 27.
Yeah, that 27 of Jaden Russell holding on to position number 2. Now Stevens up on the inside on Barton. He will make contact with the 94. White flag is out. 1 lap left to run. Heat race number 11, the penultimate heat race of the night before we move into our dashes. And we start to eliminate cars from tonight's server. Server 6, group number 6. Your winner here tonight in car number 25. Heat number 11 goes to Daniel Stewart in car 25. He will get a win. 36 points for the driver of the number 25 machine. So a good drive from Daniel Stewart, who does get the win in heat number 11. Well, just quickly, we might throw it to a commercial break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Come back with our 12th and final heat race of the night.
Pro One Race Parts located in Maryborough, Queensland. Shipping Australia-wide and to New Zealand. Sedan Parts Specialists can supply a wide range of safety equipment, parts and solutions. 3-piece alloy beadlock wheels, Kenco racing shocks, Kenco radiators, fuel systems and safety gear. Check us out online at pro1raceparts.com.au. Afterpay and zip pay available. Find us on Facebook or give us a call today. Pro One Race Parts, by racers for racers.
Drive are proud supporters of Speedway Sedans Australia, with electronic repair centres located in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. Cool Drive have 12 full-time, highly trained technicians with many years of experience in the industry and fully equipped workshops to ensure we get the job done right. Cool Drive's full range of services cater for your automotive, industrial, marine and motorsport needs. Cool Drive's electronic repair centres. Find out more at cooldrive.com.au.
We are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the 12th and final heat race of tonight. We apologise, didn't get that starting grid read out to you in time, but I believe we are set for what should be the final 8 laps of heat race competition. How long is it going to take? Let's find out, because we are 3 wide already down into turn 1 and 2 hard again. That 83 machine. 3 and 4 wide. Oh boy, look out, look out. Oh no, car into the opening on the back into turn number 3. That was a big mess, Ricey.
Oh. Thomas.
Still hitting each other.
This is just madhouse. I just can't believe this at the moment. Just...
Well, this is our starting grid so far. Gavin Thomas and Nathan Polich. And you go back to Hayden Mason, Daniel Hardigan, Jacob Williams, Kev Young, Darren Lester, Jared Rick, Adrian Lamacca and Ryan Gorton, Anthony Gaunt, Alex Cheney, Braden Preston and Murray Locke. That is our heat race here for heat number 12. I dare say there might be some casualties in this one, Ricey. Already cars smoke, a few cars smoking.
Yes, Gavin Thomas, Brett. I was just trying to get to him on my camera here. He's been told to go rear field due to his damage, so his car's still raceable. So, and this is messy here at the start, further back, but start is on as Mason on the inside. It's 3 wide out of turn number 2, Brett. This is on right now. The race is on. Williams, the number 9 in second, using every bit of the racetrack. Then you got the 48 on the inside. But out in front at the moment is Daniel Hardigan.
Yeah, just keep an eye on Ryan Gorton as well in that 888. He picked up 2 hit wins already. Yellow. He's already picked up 2 hit wins. If you can get a good solid finish here, he should be able to automatically transfer into tomorrow night's main event. But again, that 888 machine of Ryan Gorton, he's going to have to come from about 7th or 8th on the restart grid. And man, this could take a while to get these cars lined back up into their correct position, because no doubt there was at least 2 or 3 cars that were 2 and 3 deep. So we'll leave that one to race control. Again, not some shoes I'd want to be sitting in. So thanks to, of course, Brady and Bob for stepping up here in server number 6.
Yes, and Brett, Adam Brooks and team as well. It's these sort of events can't happen without these sort of people that put their hand up and to make sure that things run in some sort of normalcy. But Daniel Hardigan leading away in this heat race as the field, and the race control says restart is on Daniel Hardigan, and he goes. 5 laps to go here, Brett, in this heat race. It's right behind him. Ryan Gorton on the bottom side. He's edging closer and closer, Brett. But he's got Young to deal with. But at the moment, it's a 2-way tussle for second with the 48 and the 9 of Williams. So at the moment, Ryan Gorton slowly but surely making up some spots.
Yeah, going to move into position 5 up on the inside of the racetrack right now. We're getting the cameras right there. A little bit difficult when cars are still sitting back on pit road, but Gorton down low through 3 and 4, moves into position 5. Then you look at the drivers 4th and 5th right now. And keep an eye on Nathan Polich as well on that 48 machine. As I said, he's got the fastest lap on the server. We've got a car on the inside, hitting the inside wall. That is the 7 machine. Hayden Mason, I believe that'll be. Contact as we got cars sideways on the front straightaway. Mason into the wall.
Oh, Mason and Rick. Jared Rick. Oh, Rick is not happy. So, race control.
Why would you be?
Race control has said green-white checker.
Well, I mean, they have had a number of opportunities to, not just in this heat race, but, all throughout the night. Again, the difficult track conditions that these drivers, they've got to realise they can't just hold it flat out in the slick. It's just not going to work. And I mean, it's easy for us to say that because we've got 3 years of experience. These guys have got maybe less than 3 weeks experience.
Yes, and there's a few of us that have been putting our hands up and helping out with setups, like you have as well, and I have, and a few of us guys have been around the service for a long time. But Brett, green-white checker time as Daniel Hagen leads us away once again in this heat race. Then you've got Ryan Gorton, Brett. He's stalking that number 9.
Yeah, well, it's a battle right now between Nathan Polich in the 48 machine and the 9 of Jacob Williams. Gorton now looking for third on the exit of turn number 4. The white flag is out. Hardigan looking for a heat win here at Lanier in group number 6. The Kings E Royal. Gorton moves into position 3, but into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time.
Wow.
Don't tell when we go in yellow.
No. Oh, that was lucky by Gorton. Sorry, Brett. The number 9 had a big push into 3 and was almost going to push Gorton aside, but Gorton held his line. So good job to the top 3 for that one. And I believe that was the last heat race, and we'll go into the dashes here shortly.
All right, take a quick break and come back on the other side of this.
Cool Drive are proud supporters of Speedway Sedans Australia, with electronic repair centres located in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. Cool Drive have 12 full-time highly trained technicians with many years of experience in the industry and fully equipped workshops to ensure we get the job done right. Cool Drive's full range of services cater for your automotive, industrial, marine and motorsport needs. Cool Drive's electronic repair centres. Find out more at cooldrive.com.au.
Pro One Race Parts located in Maryborough, Queensland. Shipping Australia-wide and to New Zealand. Sedan Parts Specialists can supply a wide range of safety equipment, parts and solutions. 3-piece alloy beadlock wheels, Kenco racing shocks, Kenco radiators, fuel systems and safety gear. Check us out online at pro1raceparts.com.au. Afterpay and zip pay available. Find us on Facebook or give us a call today. Pro One Race Parts, by racers for racers.
Cool Drive are proud supporters of Speedway Sedans Australia, with electronic repair centres located in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. Cool Drive have 12 full-time highly trained technicians with many years of experience in the industry and fully equipped workshops to ensure we get the job done right. Cool Drive's full range of services cater for your automotive, industrial, marine and motorsport needs. Cool Drive's electronic repair centres. Find out more at cooldrive.com.au.
At Kelly Bodyworks, your safety is our #1 priority. That's why we use only genuine parts and repair all cars to the manufacturer's specifications. Not all repairers are created equal. Choose one you can trust. Kelly Bodyworks, Mitchell.
Racetech, Australia's leader in high-performance steel. Based out of Eastern Creek and servicing nationwide, Racetech Steel has years of experience supplying the motorsport industry, and we have what it takes to get you on track. Stocking the highest grade, high tensile, cold drawn seamless roll cage tube found in the country, and it's available in a wide range of sizes and specifications. As well as our vast catalogue of fabrication tools and a friendly and knowledgeable team, you'll quickly discover that Racetech Steel is performance driven.
SSA Live would like to thank Speedway Sedans Northern Territory and Speedway Sedans Victoria for their support this season. Make sure you get yourself trackside for a Victorian or Northern Territory state title.
Only 4 of these 9 are going to qualify into turn 1 the last time.
Alright guys, we're just waiting for the points to get tallied up, so stick around. There'll be no sound of the race cars just yet, but again, we're just using this opportunity right now to have a breather, get a drink, get up. I'm not going to stretch my legs because it'd be pointless, but yeah, just take a quick break and stick around. Just the dashes to come left here for night number, what is technically night 6, group 6 of the 2020 Speedway Sedans Australia, Speedway Australia Kings E Royal, live tonight from the virtual Lanier National Speedway. The dash is up next once the points are calculated. We'll be back with you guys in just a few moments time. Stick around, go get something to drink, have some chocolate, do what you got to do. Don't forget A, B, C and D dashes. And what I can tell you, the 2 drivers that go through, Tyler Barton and who was the other one, Rossi? Ryan Gorton and Tyler Barton are going to go through straight into tomorrow night's feature. Everybody else going to have to run the dashes, which is essentially, in other words, the mains, the preliminary mains. So dashes up next. We'll take a quick break once again. Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the Speedway Sedans Australia, Speedway Australia Kings E-Royal Group number 6 here at Lanier. It is now time for the dashes. As cars making their way out onto the racetrack right now, again, Ryan Gorton, Tyler Barton, both drivers, top 2 highest in points, and they will make the big show tomorrow night. And again, we'll have all the action over on the Speedway Sedans Australia Facebook page. Of course, all the action brought to you by Ash Media Speedway, the Jared Ash, Smallwood, and Mr. Ryan Harris as well. I'll be on the production camera crew, so look forward to that one tomorrow night. But Rice is, I believe this would be our D-dash cars coming out onto the racetrack.
Well, yes, because there was one comment made D for damage in the chat in game. So I believe it is the D-dash. So the 52 car of Stephen Harvey, that pit crew must have worked absolutely on the ball on that car, getting the car back out after 2 massive wrecks tonight.
I was going to say they would have gone into about, 2, 3 a.m. just to get that car repaired, but seeing as though I'm already at 12 a.m., I mean, it's a little hard to get to 2 a.m. before hitting 2 a.m., so anyhow, they've done a good job getting that car repaired. It's, again, D-dash. The top 2 going to go through to the back of the C-dash, and again, anybody else not inside the top 2 in this race, pack it up, go home. Your Kings E-Royal campaign is over.
Yes, it's a tall order for this one, with a fair number of cars in this one. So, race control says one more time around. So the guys at the back there need to tighten up a bit.
10 cars, I just counted. 10 cars here in tonight's D-dash.
So, Brett, at the moment, Harvey's got his car nice and straight. And then on the front row as well, you've got Hutchinson as well. So, Brett, green flag aloft for the D-dash here at Lanier for the E-Royal. As it's nearly 3 wide in turn number 1. With many, many cars at the back there. Make that 3 wide out of turn 2, crossing right on the outside. As I say that, he gets turned and it's yellow, yellow, yellow.
Well, sorry, I was just trying to figure out what time I have to be up tomorrow morning. Just trying to count the number of hours of sleep that I'm going to get, and I get the feeling it's going to be similar to what happened earlier this morning. I think I'm going to be able to count it on one hand.
Well, while you're up early, doing broadcasts, I'll be sleeping in because, day off tomorrow and all. Oh, come on, boys. No need for that in the server. Come on. Some argy-bargy.
Well, I mean, I could tell you, I know you haven't been told today because for me it's a new day, so I think we had this conversation last night about, how you're still, on, do you call it Easter Sunday? So, because I'm on Easter Monday. I don't even know what they call it anymore.
So you want to get technical, do you?
I got technical last night.
I know. So good start from Harvey on the top side in this D-dash. And then Hutchinson on the bottom. They both draw level out of turn 2. Now coming to turn 3. There's side-by-side action here in the D-dash. A lot of argy-bargy in the back. But Harvey gets thrown through the top. He just leads this lap, Brett. So at the moment, Hutchinson and Harvey actually have a good battle, Brett. This is good racing.
Yeah, Tim Hutchinson, the yellow and red number 49 machine. Meanwhile, you've got Steve Harvey. I think it's Stephen Harvey in that 52 machine. Good racing here for the number 1 and 2 spots here in tonight's D-dash. Again, if you're not in the top 2, pack it up, go home. You'll have enough time to prepare for the 2021 Kings E-Royal if it decides to come back. Stephen Harvey, he's had 2 monster wrecks here tonight. He's got some damage on the left front quarter and also on the left front of that front bumper. But that 52 machine is still rolling the top side, nowhere near the slick. 4 wheels in the moisture, Ricey.
Yeah, he's got that car honking. As I say, there's a car stopped on the track. It's going backwards.
Oh my God.
Jared Rick, buy a lotto ticket, my friend. I do not know how he avoided contact. If there was, it was probably netcode. But wow, that was close.
Honestly, I'm rubbing my eyes just to make sure I seen that right. I did see a car facing the wrong way driving back into oncoming traffic, right?
Correct.
Alright. I just want to make sure that I wasn't sleep deprived when I saw that. Just, I didn't want to make an 855 for myself.
No, fair enough, Brett. If you are sleep deprived, which you clearly are, because you've had a long day with a lot of broadcasts, especially with one commentator from the States, as won't say the name, but something referring to a doctor as that's a really late green on that one.
That's a turn 1 green. What's going on there?
I have no idea. I thought we'd go next time by, but anyway, Harvey on that top side, but that brings the 47 of Rick into the equation. White flag is out. Very short and sharp, this one. As the battle is on for second, Brett, between those two drivers, but out in front is Hutchinson. He will take the win from Harvey and then Rick. So top 2 transfer, Brett. So that means Harvey and Hutchinson will move through to the next dash.
That restart was in turn 1, wasn't it?
It was past the start finish line. I'm just, yeah, I don't know. It was very late.
All sorts of things going on here at the Kings E Royal. It's all happening. I want to say at the SCG, but we are far from the SCG, Ricey.
No, far from it. But race control just telling the drivers that the green was called on the line. So the next dash is up next. So the C dash.
3 more races, and we're going to eliminate about 30 to 35 cars over the next 3 races. They should be about 14, 15, 16 car fields throughout the C, B, and A dash. And, well, it's all important that the top 2 from the C and B dash, the top 2 from the C dash go to the back of the B dash. The top 2 from the B dash go to the back of the A dash. And then the top 8 from the A dash. They will earn a ticket to tomorrow night's final event. I tell you right now, I'll be excited for it. I'll have a lot more sleep under my belt.
That's for sure. As Speedway Australia chiming in on the live feed at the moment. Who's excited for tomorrow night's E-Royal? Well, so far, there's been some really awesome racing from some of these guys, so the final night will definitely not disappoint. And that's a guarantee, as the final of the Australian modified title. That was quite good racing there, with obviously Tim Ryan picking up the A1 on that one.
The guy would have spent about 10,000 laps getting a setup for it, and then we'll say that he runs a baseline. Yeah, we all know Tim Ryan. You guys mind. Don't let him pull the wool over your eyes.
So, Hobbo's back in the chat.
Yeah, I was wondering who Hob88 was. Like, I know Hobbo88, but I don't know who Hob88 was. Is that Hobbo's got an imposter?
You better check that out there, Hobbo. Just saying.
Surely there's got to be massive copyright claims from YouTube and stuff like that. Hobbo, come on.
Oh, absolutely. Surely. So, one name in the field at the moment that I'm seeing is the 35 of Mitchell Broom.
Yeah.
Drives a wingless sprint.
Not going to sweep anything tonight.
Oh, God.
Hey, it's past 12 o'clock. I done well. I done well to get to the C dash.
Well, C dash is upon us. Green flag is aloft. Here for the C dash. Nearly 4 wide go across the start line. As I say, that cars are going everywhere. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the Speedway, Brett. That was not a good start at all.
No, and the 23.
Oh, 52 is upside down on turn 1. No.
Kurt Millwood, by the way, in that 23 machine. You see the front end pointing towards the outside wall, the rear end pointing nearly halfway down the racetrack. That car is done. He is severely damaged, and he will not be able to go out there, and he won't be able to go back into pit rear, get a virtual tow, and won't be able to come back out on the racetrack. Damien, I don't want to stand up, all right? I only stand up to stretch out of the wheelchair.
You're a cruel man, Damon. Oh!
He's got a quick repair.
Did he?
Surely, yes.
Hold on,
I will guarantee he has come out of pit right. He 100%.
Yes, he has. Yes, he
guarantee,
has.
yeah. I'm dobbing him in.
Yep.
Dobbing him in on that one.
He's come out of pit road, which is a no-no.
Well, if he gets away with it, half his luck. I know Brad Sweet tried that once. He went into the pits at Valvoline Raceway in A Main. Then once he went into the pits, it was sort of bad timing because the yellow come out. He tried to drive through the pits, come back out onto the racetrack under yellow, and the officials gave him a black flag. Has he just been told to pack it up, or what's... No, he's been sent to the rear of the field. Michael, that's not true, because I can tell you right now, I've done this for 3 years, and I can tell you right now, what we see right here is what it's like on the racetrack. We're going to go on board with Kurt Millwood right at the back of the bus, as we're probably about to go green flag action here off of turn number 4.
Green flag is aloft as Mitchell Broom draws as close as he could, but yellow, yellow, yellow once again. Single file restart, but a complete restart on that one. So, a bit unsure why that... what's his name again? I'm trying to... Kurt Millwood. Still on track. But here we go. All the cars are being told to line up single file, Brett.
Oh man, I'd love for a Macca's breakfast right about now.
What would you get from Macca's, Brett? Pancakes? Bacon egg McMuffin?
Both.
Not bad. Don't make me hungry, mate. I don't want to be eating that stuff.
Too late.
I'm doing well on weight loss, so I want to keep it all off. But Holmes will lead away this time by, hopefully, with Mitchell Broom right behind him in the 35. Did pretty well during the season in his wingless sprint. Had a few wins at the start of the season and was pretty consistent. And did pretty well as well in the Australian wingless sprint title in WA.
Who won that title?
I'm not sure. I really am not sure. I feel like it was a Victorian, but I could be very wrong about that.
Someone knows in chat. Who won the Australian wingless title? So I thought it was someone from Sydney.
It could have been, but I'm pretty sure I saw a Victorian there as well, but who knows? It's too late for that. My mind's all mush.
What do you mean? You haven't even got to the next day yet.
Well, about there.
30 minutes away.
13 minutes. Not too long. But here we go. Bob King has sent the field packing here. Green flags aloft as Holmes leads the field once again as Mitchell Broom goes to the bottom side. Levels clear, but then Holmes back on the outside. So remember, folks, top 2 transfer. So Holmes and Mitchell Broom are the two in the box seat at the moment. But Broom is in the bubble. Then Gavin Thomas on the outside of the 60 of Gaunt. So the race is on for third now, Brett, between those two drivers.
Yep, just going back to what we're talking about with the wingless sprint. Told you, I'm one up on you. Kyle Mock got it. Battle is on. Battle for third and fourth. Yeah,
Yellow,
third and
yellow,
fourth.
yellow.
I knew that was coming. That's why I brought it up. But yes, the New South Welshman won it.
Well, there you go, Rhino. Thank you again. Save my bacon once again. But it was a good weekend that for the Super Sedan title at my home track of Borderline. Well run event and some good racing between Callum Harper and Darren Kane through the whole weekend.
I've actually caught a New South Wales Super Sedan title up at Dubbo Speedway, and in all honesty, it was probably some of the greatest racing that I've ever seen. Caught a handful of races up at Dubbo Speedway, and then an injury happened, and now I'm lucky to get out to a Speedway.
Yes, it's pretty sad what's happening with the whole Sydney deal. But green-white checker for this race, Brett, as the officials just stated over the one-way. So Broom is on that bubble.
Benjamin looking to bring it home in first.
That's actually pretty good.
Oh, God. Got to make a lot of the situation.
Broom will be looking to sweep past him.
Yeah. All right, now I'm
that was a terrible one. Sorry.
Yeah, now I'm getting desperate to go back through the field and see if I can't come up with one.
Here we go, Brett. Green-white checker situation here in this dash as Holmes leads the field once again as Mitchell Broom is under siege now. He's under siege from the 60. As I say that at 60 of Gaunt gets turned and gets collected from Rosa.
You've got to be kidding me.
So it's yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh, God.
Come on, you got to give that one, give it a 6 out of 10 at least.
Yeah, I wasn't. When I heard it, I'm like, oh. An A+ for effort. How about that?
Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, just as we were getting close. So close.
So car 60 of Gaunt has been sent through a field. So Chief Stewart just saying the next flag will be the final flag.
These drivers are fighting over 4th and 5th. Come on, let's be honest, they aren't going to get the top 2 unless they take each other out.
Well, that's about right. But at the moment, Mitchell Broom will be looking to lock in that final transfer spot into the next dash. He's got some work ahead of him, though, with Benjamin Holmes leading the way in their number 8. And then you got Gavin Thomas in 3rd, and then Hayden Mason in 4th in the 7. So here we go, Brett. The green flag with Holmes leading the way using that top groove as Mitchell Broom on the bottom side. They draw nearly clear as Holmes goes straight to the top. Mitchell Broom back to the bottom. I helped him out with a setup earlier last night as what flag is out now, Brett? As the race is on for the second... Oh, big crash behind!
Crash, yeah, seen that one.
Wow, but the green flag is still on. And as Mitchell Broom, can he hold on? He will. So, well done to Holmes. And second, I believe, will be Mitchell Broom on that one.
Correct.
So, well done to those two. And the rest, well, you can pack her up and we'll see you guys at the bar.
Oh, I'm going straight to my bed after this. I ain't going to no bar. Straight to the hotel room, and I'm getting some shut-eye. I actually didn't realise that you were... I didn't realise you were Mexican.
Hey, me?
I'll get that joke to you off air. We'll take a quick break. Holmes, hey, what's up, SA? There we go. Now you've got it. Now you've got it. This is what happens when you get a sleep-deprived Brett Wheeler in the booth. Anyhow, B-Dash cars up next. And the final chance for these drivers to make it into the A-Dash. Or again, after that A-Dash is complete and we have our top 8 locked in, we'll have the top 2 as well direct, already locked in. Ryan Gorton and Tyler Barton, who just made it, I believe, looking at this, by a mere 1 point. Tyler Barton. So, Rice, you can tell Tyler, TB, you can tell him, 1 point. He scraped in by the skin of his teeth. He just made it. You're listening to race control, aren't you? I think that's what you're doing. Yep, no, you just told me he's going to... Alright, Adrian Lamacca and Kane Della in row 1. Darren Lester and Nathan Polich in row 2. Lewis Clark and Billy Heel. Row 3, Jacob Williams, Jared Ash in row 3. Jared Ash done 2 heats and he's up inside the middle pack of the B main. He would have been... If he had done his first heat, and let's just say he got the third, he would have been inside the A-Dash. But Dwan Precy and Matthew Bain, then you go back to Bruce Kelly, Sean O'Hara, Troy Maguire and Jason Laverty, along with Ben Holmes and Mitchell Broom. The cars to make their way onto the racetrack right now for tonight's B-Dash. Ricey, are you back?
Yes, I am back.
You sound like you went to get like a chocolate bar just to have a little bit of a snack.
Nah.
Close?
No. Just had to attend to something. But you're right there, Brett. Jared Ash would be in the A-Dash if he ran that other heat. But he's on the crew for tomorrow night, so good luck to him and the whole entire crew. Ryan Harris and Alan Smallwood and team. Also, I think... oh, no. Green this next time, bye. But, Brett, I'll let you lead this one into the B-Dash.
Yeah, the B-Dash. Why are you giving me first crack at this? Nah, it's right. All good. B-Dash, the penultimate race of the group stages of the SSA Kings E Royal. Group number 6 here at Lanier. Stop playing that in the background. I can almost hear that coming over the airways. Green flag is out. Kane Dillon, that number 95 machine. Rockets down into turn 1 and 2. Going to slide straight to the top side. He's got free rein upstairs as we go down the back straight away. There's some cars. There's a bit of netco that sort of glitching through each other right now. As, well, they're going to run 3 wide off turn number 4 for the race lead. Look out, you've got company.
Yeah, the race is on, Brett. As Lamacca holding on to that second spot at the moment, but he's got the 19 of Clark on the outside. As oh my God, there was something glitching bad, but 3 wide coming out of turn number 2.
No, it's not, Steph. It's not Aventuri.
It's definitely not. It's not. Yes, he's well. Yeah. I won't go there. I don't want to go back on the list. So, Kay Teller leads away, but Lewis Clark levels with him out of turn 2. Coming to turn 3 right now. These two are putting on a show, but oh, Lamacca there was some contact with some net code. But Brett, this is getting interesting up front.
Yeah, Della and Clark side by side for the race lead down into turns 3 and 4. Clark getting the job done on the low side. Kane Della not giving up without a fight right upstairs down into turn number 1 and 2. We haven't seen this kind of line all weekend long, and now Della back to the inside into turn number 3 and 4. Della looks for the race lead side by side. Clark has it by half a car length.
Yeah, this is awesome racing, Brett, at the moment. It's Clark on the outside. He gets the run. Around 95, there's a car stopped on the track. And we're staying green on that one. He's still on the track, though, but the white flag is out, Brett.
He'll be removed any second, I guarantee it. White flag. Lewis Clark, your race leader, into turn number 3. Lewis Clark getting the win in tonight's B-Dash. He'll make his way into the A-Dash. And Kane Della, superb job in the number 95 machine. He will also transfer. And now we are one race left of all preliminary action here. It's been a long couple of 3 days to get in 6 groups. We come down to this. 8 final positions up for grabs here in tonight's A-Dash. Who are they going to be? Well, let's take a quick break and we'll have one more race on the program. Alright, A-Dash cars already lined up, and honestly, I don't know what I'm seeing right now. Things are going all sorts of wacky here on the straightaways. I guess cars just waiting to get into their correct positions. I'll see if I can see if we can't bring up the grids on my screen and give you guys a fair indication. I know Daniel Hardigan starts position number 1 in tonight's A-Dash. Jared Steen also involved. He's going to start position number 3. There you go. Just quickly, Hardigan and Adam Lind, Steen and Stevens, McVie and Arthur, Russell, Gosley, Cottrell, McCarthy, Bartlett, Cheney, Stewart, Connor Baxter. You go back to Clark and Della. We are green in tonight's A-Dash. The top 8, they're going to make it through. Green flag is out. And Daniel Hardigan, look at him, 3 deep already right in the mid-pack. Trent Gosley, Callan Arthur and Jaden Russell. Down through turn number 3 and 4 for the opening of 8 circuits. Pilot on the inside. Trent Gosley around in the 4 machine. Yellow about to come out.
That was getting hectic, Brett. And some of these guys just need to calm the farm a little. Remember, top 8 go through, so I know it's going to be tough for the guys further back, but you want to be... oh! Who was that?
Oh, I missed it. What happened?
Adam Lind gave a big don't argue to the 37 of Stevens.
Didn't they go at it in a heat race where they had some argy-bargy stuff going on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's been happening all night and all weekend as well, so I believe we're going green next time by.
Should be 1 in, 7 to go, hopefully. 7 more laps around Lanier National Speedway, and then our 60-car field is set for tomorrow night. Kings E Royal, who will take home the prize? Can tell you. Did Tim Ryan run in this event?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So we'll have a different winner from last weekend. Hardigan and Lind now down into 1 and 2. Side by side, Steen into position 3. Stevens, McVie now up on the inside. Callan Arthur coming through to position 6. He looks for 5th. There's now Trent Gosley back right through the middle. But meanwhile, the battle is on for 2nd. Jared Steen up on the inside of Lind. They race side by side for 2nd and 3rd. Steen, he flicks out the rear end of that 91. And that just gets damage to the front left quarter panel. The 23, Callan Arthur now. Well, had to get stuck behind the 40 of McVie and the 23 of Lind.
Yeah, the race is on mid-pack there, Brett. As Callan Arthur on the outside of the 81. Oh, sorry, Callan Arthur is the 81, but he's on the inside of the 23 of Lind. Then McVie, Jarrett Steen, and then the race is on for the top spot. No, oh, that is a lap car. Yep, sorry, race control just said that as I said the words there. But Daniel Hardigan, he's got a very, very good lead at the moment, Brett, with Jared Steen following right behind him. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
I think we're about 3 laps away from this one being done.
We're so close.
We can smell it. We can smell it in the... Oh no, wait, that's something else. Someone's cooking is what I'm going with outside. Don't know who's cooking at 12:30 in the morning, but is what it is. Surely, at this stage, you would need guarantee Daniel Hardigan, Jared Steen, a top 2. McVie, Cruz McVie in the 40, very impressed with the 40 machine throughout tonight. Been very clean and keeping the nose clean of that number 40 machine. Then you go back to Callan Arthur in that 81 machine, running in 4th. Adam Lind in 5th. 6 is Jaden Russell, 7th. How about this? Kane Della up to position 7. He was in the B dash. He got 2nd to Lewis Clark, and he now runs in position 7. So, well, that 95 machine might be in 7th or 8th. He does not want to give that spot up. I wouldn't either.
No, I wouldn't have been either in this spot as well.
Actually, I go back to last week in Heat 1. On like the 5th yellow, I was up to the 5th place. I was sticking in 5th spot. Nobody actually wanted to get back by me. They thought that, obviously with the complete restart, they thought that they were obligated to go to the back. I was thinking, I'm going to get away with this. And that race control come over the one-way communication. Brett Willie, you had a line. I was absolutely fuming.
I could imagine that as the green flag is aloft on this one. As we must be drawing near the conclusion of this one as Daniel Hardigan straight to lead again. But Jared Steen is catching a little. Then McVie in 3rd. 4th is Arthur. 5th is Lind. 6th is Russell. 7th is Della. And 8th is Cottrell, landing out that 8th and final transfer. As Lewis Clark behind them with Trent Gosley and Stevens fighting out for those spots as well. But Brett, it's all Hardigan.
All Hardigan out in front, and he has got a clean set of tyre tracks in that distance. In the rear view mirror, the 91 of Jared Steen continues to ride in second. McVie in third, right through the middle. It's going to open up that door for Callan Arthur.
White flag.
White flag is out. Final lap here of the 2020 Group 6 Kings E Royal. Hardigan, the battle is on for second and third. McVie to the outside on Jared Steen in a turn of 3 and 4. Daniel Hardigan going to Monday night's main event, or the server. Second is going to go to Cruz McVie. Jared Steen third. Callan Arthur fourth. Adam Lind fifth. Then you go back to Jaden Russell, in sixth. And then I have no idea, seventh and eighth. We'll let race control sort that one out. But Daniel Hardigan comes away victorious in tonight's A-Dash, locking himself into tomorrow night. And Ricey, it is done. We've got there 3 hours long. Again, it's been a total of about 9.5 hours over groups 3, 4, and 6. But we finally got to see at least 30 out of the 60 drivers that have made their way into tomorrow night's show. And cannot wait for that one. That is going to be gangbusters.
Oh, you're not wrong, Brett. Just want to thank you again for allowing me back in the booth, and good luck to all drivers racing tomorrow night's E-Royal. And around this track, and we've seen side-by-side action, and tomorrow night will not disappoint.
Alright, again a big thanks to, of course, Speedway Sedans Australia and Speedway Australia for giving us the opportunity to cover the action here on Group 3, Group 4 last night, and of course Group 6 tonight. Of course we would have done Group 5, but we did have commitments elsewhere that we had to take care of. But Ricey, once again, thank you for keeping me somewhat sane throughout the past 3 hours. As always, it's been a pleasure having you in the booth, and no doubt I'm sure we'll be doing it again come Wednesday night again. Yep, good chat. We'll leave that one to you.
Was just listening to race control there, running out some stuff, so apologies there, Brett.
Well, good, we'll see you Wednesday night. I hope you watch the show tomorrow night, the Speedway Australia Kings E-Royal, presented by Pro One Race Parts. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and everybody that makes all this possible, thank you so very much for your attendance here over the past couple of nights. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of James Rice and myself, Brett Wheeler, farewell, good night, we'll see you tomorrow night.